Hello and welcome to the USA Crokinole videos continuing coverage of the 2025 Connecticut Crokinole Cup. My name is Ryan Burr. This is an NCA Tier 3 event. You can find out more about the NCA at nationalcrokinoleassociation.com. This is continuing action in the round robin phase of the doubles tournament. We will have the Greater Boston Crokinole Club players Eric Mammen there in the black shirt and Michael Swope in the bottom right of your screen in the gray shirt versus Zac Ufnar and CJ Flaherty of the Charm City Crokinole Club. CJ able to capitalize on that miss and Eric's able to answer. Zac leaves Swope with a bit of an angle in, and unfortunately Swope is unable to get the 20 off that little angle in. And now that is well posted. We'll see what Eric can do. Good try. Got the off. Nice off for Zac. Stays away so that Michael will not easily be able to get in the house on this. Yeah, he's only able to hit and stick. Because Zac and CJ have hammered this round, it'll be up to Eric Mammen and Michael Swope to do something to get back into this. A very tough shot for Mammen to try to get back into the house on that. Eric gets a simple off. We'll see if Zac can stay away again. He tries to. Left the black disc in a nice place. Unfortunately, was unable to get the off. Still not the end of the world for Zac and CJ. Michael loses his shooter. That's going to hurt a bit. They're tied in the cup up against, Eric and Michael are tied in the cup up against hammer, and now there are two black discs on the board. Eric could have chose to try to hide there. I think he was trying to get the disc in a position so that once Zac shot, maybe that Michael would have a chance for an angle in. Or maybe he was saving that disc for Michael. Actually, it appeared, I'm guessing that's what he was doing. He saved that disc for his partner, thinking his partner had a better chance of potentially dropping a 20 and getting them back in this. CJ, quite a bit risky. They were well ahead, could have easily stayed on the outside, chose to come in, and now I think he's going to pay for it. Mammen drains that. Now, with just a few discs left, Eric and Swope are in a decent position. They just need to be careful here. They will need to get a couple black discs off, but that helps quite a bit. With Zac inadvertently leaving that red disc on, now that increases the chances for Eric and Michael. Unfortunately, Michael again loses a shooter off a similar shot. Now they're in a pickle. Eric has got to get two discs off and hopefully leave his disc in a place where Zac cannot get in the 15 to tie it up. It's a decent leave, so Zac needs a hit and a stick there to tie things up. Very nice shot by Eric, making Zac work for it. Zac able to navigate the pegs, and we are all tied up after round one. One shot apiece. Charm City's going to lead things off. CJ drains a 20. Eric answers. Zac just a little short. And we'll see if Michael can get some redemption, hit this short little hanger here. Unfortunately, leaves a little bit of a hanger. We'll see if CJ can again capitalize on that. And he does. Does not get the off. We'll see if that matters down the road. Eric meets him in the cup. So Mammen and Swope are in a good position at this point. Tied in the cup, they have a slim advantage with hammer. However, we'll see if CJ's able to hit this 20. That all goes away. Those discs in a tough position for a double. We'll see if Mammen tries to power through that. And he does. Gets an off. Keeps his shooter on. And Swope and Mammen are still in a good position in this round. The CJ, not much he can do. Probably want to maybe try to angle in, could potentially catch a peg and get a 20. That's what they really need to get back into this. They still have a fair amount of shots left. See what unfolds. Unfortunately, Eric leaves that a bit close to the hole. We'll see if Zac can capitalize. Super close. Leaves a bit of a hanger there for Swope, which I assume will be trying to gun that down. Nails it. Now, Mammen, Swope have a very comfortable lead with just a few shots left. Though CJ does tighten it back up, evens up in the cup, so now basically Mammen and Swope are hanging on to the hammer, and Eric helped the cause quite a bit there with a beautiful double. Swope's just going to look to not leave CJ anything, and sure enough, has a beautiful roll away. CJ's going to have to catch a peg here to make something happen. Oh, not that type of peg. Good try. Eric seals this round. And Swope's going to finish things up here. He's probably not even going to shoot just to avoid disaster. Make the opponent's disc, lose your shooter. But he's going to go for it anyway. Yep, hit it soft. Very little you could do wrong there. All right, that's round 2 in the books. Boston guys, Swope and Mammen, go up 3-1. Eric leaving things a bit short. Zac making him pay. Swope keeping him in this. Oh, CJ, unfortunately, a little Super Steve action there. Oh, and Mammen fails to capitalize. Super frustrating in that position, but it happens to us all. So right now, Zac, CJ have a thin lead with just hanging on to the hammer advantage. We'll see if Eric and Swope can make something happen this round to get back into this. All right, CJ successfully stay on the outside. We'll see if Eric can bring it in the house, maybe something exciting, drop a 20 off one of these pegs, or I don't think he has a straight line at it. Oh, I think he did have a straight line at it, just slightly off. And unfortunately blew through the house. So Zac probably going to try to leave this in a position to make it very difficult for Michael to get in, which he did. Fortunately, Zac caught a peg there a little bit, or he probably would have been totally on the other side of the board. Though, that being said, now Swope left a little gift there for CJ. Super hard going through all those pegs. So he's hiding, and it was successful. CJ unable to navigate those pegs. And Eric really makes him pay, dropping that 20, and now they may be able to pile on here and get a 220 lead. Swope's going to try this little angle in and see if they can pull away a bit. Oh, worst case scenario, you miss and then you leave a hanger there for the other team. And unfortunately, they didn't get the off, so his partner is going to have to deal with that disc. However, CJ fails to capitalize on that opportunity. So, Swope and Mammen retain their lead. Eric's able to get that off. And Zac really needs to make a lot happen here. Ideally, he should be looking for potentially a double and keeping that disc, his shooter, in the 10 or 15. I think if he hits that disc farthest to his right, he could hit that off, angle into the other disc, and potentially slide up into the 15 or just stick right there for the 10. Looks like he's going to go for a single off. But I think to give themselves a good chance here, they're running out of opportunities, and unfortunately that left a little gift. Oh, so close. Mammen's unable to drop that 20. CJ does not have as good an opportunity for a double. He might be looking for a follow through. And he is, and he nails it. Awesome shot. One of the more difficult shots in this game. CJ drains it. So brings him right back to it. So I think Zac would, well, that's a difficult shot for CJ to take off. So Zac might want to take that other disc just because, I don't know, they both could be difficult shots for CJ, but if Zac takes the other disc, it might leave it in a better position for once Swope hits that disc, it would have been in a potential better position for CJ to take off. So I think he's going to hit and stick right there. And now those discs are well divided. So it would have been a very easy tie. Unfortunately, that black disc did not get off. So as long as CJ can get an off here, they have a high priority or high likelihood of winning this round if he can stay in the 10 or tie. Oh, unfortunately, is unable to take advantage of Swope accidentally leaving that disc in the 5. All right, new round. Swope, Mammen go up 5-1, and bit of a 20s race that came up. Mammen just a little short. Now we're going to trade. Mammen, Swope have hammer, so this is the opportunity they need to get back into this. Eric just a bit short. And we'll see if Swope can get this out and come off a peg here and potentially, came off the peg. Unfortunately, just wasn't the angle he needed. CJ does tuck up into those pegs a little bit, making it difficult for Eric to get in. This might be the Harper. Just a hit and stick. Going to see if Zac can successfully navigate through the pegs. He gets a mistake out of Zac, so now Michael can get them back in this. Boom. Now they are in the lead with hammer. These guys are playing at a pretty fast pace, and I see other players in the background moving around, so I bet they're going to be up against the clock. If they run out of time, they will play to the hammer, which I believe is Eric's shot. And this potentially is the last shot, or we'll see the final round. Eric making it very difficult for them to come back. Yep, it's pretty much sealed at this point. Zac's unable to get in there, and looks like the Boston guys are going to go up to 7-1 in this series of the round robin. They will take those points on to their score to hopefully give themselves a better position in the later bracket in the day. Well played by both teams. Thanks for watching. This has been the 2025 Connecticut Crokinole Cup coverage.